but I'm not one of those that could have slept last night. By now, you all would be aware of the missing child, the 2-year-old Kymani. Francis, I think, is the name of the child. The report says that this child was seen by a neighbor walking away in Pampers, and I think something in his feet, I can't remember, but he was seen by the neighbor walking away, and that neighbor called the police, and the police came to the parents' home, and then the mother was notified that the child was missing. So she had no knowledge that her child was missing until the police came to her house. They began a search for the child, and they searched last night. They did not find him up to this time that I'm aware of. They have not yet found Kymani. And I don't know how many of you could have slept last night, but I could not have slept last night. I did not have a proper sleep last night. It's the first time. I felt as if this was my own child. So I was up during the night last night. Every time I got up, in fact, so I had intervals of sleep. I was up and I kept turning on my phone because I normally sleep with my phone off. So I would turn it on just to see the update on Kymani to see if he was found. And to this time, he has not been found. I know to a lot of you, a lot of people probably is bashing the mother this time, but you know what? I came here because it was so painful to me. It was so hurtful to me, probably because I have kids of my own that run away as well. And sometimes we are not even aware the time that they leave home. Up to recently, the neighbor brought back, and a good distance from here, my husband was with the kids at home and I went to work. And he said a neighbor came. Well, we call him a neighbor, but he doesn't live really close to us. He came with a puppy. And while he was there talking to the neighbor, the children started to play with the puppy. He said, but he realized a minute or two he wasn't hearing the boys. And he came outside and he didn't see them. He didn't see them in the park area. So he decided to take, sort of walk down the road. And then he saw another neighbor come and bring him back our 2 boys. Now, it could be about, let's say about 300 meters. Could be about that. Those children had gone away from home and the neighbor brought them back from that time. My husband didn't realize that they were missing. So probably could be because of that. It's not the first time my children have done something like that. I've spoken to them over and over. And they are age 5 and age 3, but now Kymani is age 2. And guys, you know what killing me about this thing? I cried, I prayed last night, I cried, I prayed, I stayed up this morning, I went to work and like I couldn't function. I went to pass by my mother and the thing just, it just there, it would not rest. Like I had no peace with the thing. It's the thing that eating my way. Where is humanity? Where is our humanity? And some of you would say, well, the neighbor called the police, so he was doing a service to who? If I am driving and I see a puppy in the road, I would stop. Lord, I want to keep calm. I would stop. I would ensure that the puppy go to safety before I go forward. Now you see a baby. You saw a baby. A baby you saw on the road, And instead of you made sure that your first thought was to call the police. When your first human instinct, I would think, is to ensure the safety of that child. Yes, you could have called the police. I ain't vexed with you for that. But ensure you secure the child. And even though you didn't secure the child and you went to call the police, wouldn't your eye be on that child naturally? I am thinking. Wouldn't your eye be on that child naturally? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But wouldn't your eye be on that child naturally? Now, all of this could have been prevented. Now, I don't know how far the police station is from the child, because some are saying that, that mother didn't even realize that the child was missing within that time. Now, I don't know the vicinity, I don't know the proximity, I don't know anything like that. So, I don't know how far the station is from the child's house. I don't know if the police were on patrol. I don't know if there's a patrol in Trinidad. I don't even know. Right now, I don't know. So I don't know what was the issue. I don't have all the specifics where that is concerned, because the police was able to reach at their house and inform her that the child was missing. Now there's a huge manhunt. They brought in sniffer dogs that gave them no lead, according to what I have heard. They got no lead. They have nothing on little Kymani. They have nothing on the baby. And I am saying, I may not know much. Yeah, I went to school and my degree was in criminal justice and it was never used practically. But I am saying, hear me out. Tell me if I'm wrong. Hear me out. Yes, son.
Can I bathe the dog?
No. I will bathe the dog and I bathed the dog yesterday. Don't go and bathe it again. It would kill it if you bathe it. Right, here. Hear me out. I am thinking the houses nearby needs to be searched. Hi, Lily, darling. The houses needs to be searched nearby. I'm asking, are there any cameras in the vicinity? If not, if there is, you need to look at the yes, baby, you need to look at the camera footage. You all need to look at the footage, right? We need something. Go through all the houses. You all have probable cause, in my opinion, because a child missing is not a dog. Go through the houses. If all you need, if this thing is not probable cause and you need warrants, get it. Go through the houses. That's the first thing. You see the person who call and report that child missing, you are my number one suspect if that child is not found. You are my number one suspect. Right? Because to me, it's very inhumane. At least to me, it's inhumane. It's crazy, Lily. It's crazy. It's inhumane. How could you see a child? How could you see a baby, for the love of Christ? Lord help me to calm down. Go outside with all the puppy, please. Go outside with the puppy. Right? How could you see a baby only? There's a baby, a 2-year-old is a baby. How can you see a baby walk in the streets and feel comfortable and feel motivated to call the police, but not to protect the child? As I said, it didn't do a service to the child. And I'm asking you all, I don't know where love in this country going or love in this world going. I don't know what is happening, because instead of I know what is happening. Bible time prophecies are fulfilling. But please, only be all the neighbors. What I say, a neighbor's keeper. Don't tell me you're not speaking to a neighbor and so you have no measurements with the child. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that. That is a baby. That is the life of a child. That is a child. Right? Be a neighbor's keeper. You don't know when something like this will come to your door. Exactly. How could you see, Lily? How could you see a child? How could you see a baby and not pick him up? As I said before, if I'm driving and I see a puppy, I would stop. Not that I would stop at a stop and make sure the puppy go to safety before I move off again. You saw a baby and your first thought was to call the police. Apparently, and obviously, you thought that child was in some kind of danger based on the fact that you called. Let's say that, right? Unless you want to exempt yourself from being a suspect because you yourself take the child. I'm just saying. And I'm wild this hour, probably wild, right? But you saw the child was in some sort of danger, but you didn't keep your eye on that child. You didn't stop and hold that child. Maybe because you and the parents had some your little talk. It was, things so bad. We just stop and help children that is not ours. People that stop. If I remember when my son them was small, if I'm in the grocery, once the father not there, say I am in the grocery with them. Because the father eyes us be like a hawk on them most times. Right? And Omarion sort of run and go in the grocery. They would stop the child from running. Right? I was at the beach someday, and me and the boys were bathing. There were people in the water, and the father was out with the next child. And when I'm talking to Marion walking back to the shore, and I turn and realize the child not by me, but I look, the child by the shore, like, just in time I look to see Marion diving back into the water. And you could see all the people them in the water waiting with anticipation to get this little child. But you saw this child, and the only thing you could have thought to do, Lord, I don't want to condemn you, just in case somehow your intentions could have been pure. I don't know. I don't really want to condemn you. Well, let's think about each other. Think about you. Think about if it was your child. What would you have liked to happen? I know mommy may not have been able to sleep last night because it wasn't my baby and I caught, but tail to sleep last night. I prayed. I tell you, I cried. I prayed and I cried. And every time I got up, I turned on my phone to see if any update on Kymani. The last thing I saw was 2:22 when the divers them was still diving that hour with light. And I just want to say thanks to all the people who came out, the Hunters Association, the neighbors, the police, and all of them. I guess it's part of their job. But still, thank you for those who came out. It showed that you all still have some love, you all still have empathy, sympathy, love, whatever the word is to put there. But I was just so thankful for that. And I pray, it's really my prayer that Kymani be returned safely. And I say returned because I really at this point think that somebody would have taken that little child. With no lead, some sniffer dog, I believe somebody would have taken that child. And the fact that they did not return the child or go to a police station means that they don't have any good intentions. But I pray that that child be returned safely to his parents. And there's a saying that God just be with protect little children and fools. So I hope today that I know it's true. I know it's true. And I just hope and I pray that that child be returned safely. Whatever you can do, if you can share the flyers, whatever you can do, keep alert if there's a strange child in the neighborhood, strange movements, whatever it is. This child must be found and must be found alive. So I pray that God bless you. May He cause His face to shine upon you and give you grace. And please remember to be a brother's keeper. You don't know when the shoe, what I said the shoe would be on your feet. You don't know. And let's pray that it never happens in that way. So guys, take care and God bless. Bye.